Yo, what's guys, VENM here back from a video, and today we're going to be hopping into a Madden 23 Ultimate Team game, mainly focusing in on another offense that we're going to be showcasing. It's going to be the gun U-trips formation, which is my personal favorite formation to run right now. And we're going to take a look at the team here. What I did is I opened one bundle, day one, the Elite with Platinum Players bundle, whatever you call it. That's the one I opened, and then with my pre-order points, I bought one of those preset packs that come with a ton of good elites. So that's how we have a lot of these good players. They're non-auctionable or settable, whatever, but they are really good players and they definitely help out. I think it's a really good deal as well. So that's how we have the coin count and our team. At the quarterback position, Desmond Ryder, we got Christian McCaffrey. Is there going to be our halfback? We have Jamar Chase, T. Higgins, and Jalen Waddle. And then we have our offensive line. It's all base elites. I've seen people with the best offensive line in this game, and it doesn't really matter because of how good the pass rush is, so not too concerned with our offensive line. We have Pitts and Ingram at the tight end position, and then hopping into our defense, Micah Hyde, Fitzpatrick, Isaiah Simmons, Hutchinson to rush the passer. Cam Chancellor is going to be our player on defense. And then at the cornerback positions, we have two studs in Eric Allen, our team captain, and Xavier Howard. Casey Hayward, Patrick Surtain, and then we have DJ Reader, Cam Jordan, a couple of good guys there. So that's going to be the team. Again, we have a lot of coins to make upgrades. Let me know who is glitchy, who I should pick up. I'm not trying to spend it all on one player, but I am trying to get a decent couple of guys. Now, offensively, we're going to be in the Patriots playbook for the U-trips. Defensively, we're going to be in Kansas City. And without further ado, let's jump straight into it. Did I just get DC'd? First video of Madden 23 and I get disconnected. It's never gone away, and that's just a fantastic way for me to start this video. Gotta love EA, just being unable to fix a pretty simple glitch. Just great. Now we're gonna be starting out on defense, so that is that. At least we did not get disconnected though, so who can really be mad about just not getting disconnected, since clearly it seems like a common occurrence. So hopping straight into it defensively, we're gonna be running 3-3-5, not 3-3-5, 3-3 this formation, and yeah, we'll see how it goes. Now I am going to be running the loop on defense. We're not going to run it every single play, but we are going to run it a heavy amount, and we're going to mix it in between a lot of coverage. I think that's the best way to do things, because if you're running just the loop, people are prepared to beat man coverage. They have some man beaters by now, and you will get beat a couple of times before he probably runs out of man beaters and you realize what he's doing. So generally we want to mix it up. But against this guy, we'll probably start in it and run it until we cannot no more. Running some drags. There we go. We got some bump. We got the pressure, and it's an inaccurate pass from Pickett. Moving on to third down, see if we can pick up the stop. Third down, we go to a zone coverage, and he is unable to pick up the first down despite Waller trying his absolute best. He's going to go hurry up. We're going to go hard flats here, send a little bit of pressure again, and see if we can pick up the stop. Not going to run the ball here. Heavy drags, and Simmons, let's go, baby. Hold the door. 4th and 3, you pick up 2.9 yards. That's not enough. We get the stop. Now let's get into our offense. Once again, it's U-trips. It's going to be called the Y-off trips Pats. Now, I'm not exactly sure why they have Kyle Pitts playing that position, but with our audibles, we have curl flats here. We have power. We want those. And then we're going to replace this L11 with tight end whip. We're going to replace PA pass cross with the scat play. Some other plays I like here are going to be the pat slot out on the right specifically. Those are like the 5 plays I run mainly. There's a couple of other good ones, but it is important when you're running U-trips. It's kind of a passing formation. We want to run the ball a lot throughout. Now Justin Pugh, that was a pathetic block. Like I was saying this year, even if you're a passer, it's important to run the ball a lot, I would say. You want to run the ball even if you don't pick up that many yards. It's important to establish the ground game. Here we're going to go pat slot out, drag A, curl X. I like these basic little setups that you can run. Here we're going to hit Jamar Chase on that low ball. I love that backside post because it's sneaky good against cover 3. And it always is open against things like cover 2 as well. It is important to low ball so that you don't get hit. But nice pass by Ryder, the protection held up there. Now, usually the way that I run this formation is going to be with my trips to the wide side of the field. I feel like that is relatively standard, some relatively standard stuff. This looks like a man coverage look, so we're going to just throw out a bunch of routes that can be man coverage, out routes, and then waddle on a little in route. It is man coverage, so we're able to hit pits just immediately and pick up an easy first down right there. Next play we're going to go to is Y option wheel. Now, this is the part of the field that is pretty dang difficult to complete passes. I struggle heavily in this area of the field, so we're going to put X on a flat, curl A, hitch RB, and then smokescreen B. Just a little spacing concept. We'll see if we can hit anybody open. And that was a god-awful throw by Desmond Ridder. This is what I mean by the red zone is just so dumb, because you have no space to operate, and then just a random bad throw. That was pass led down, by the way. It wasn't pass led to the right, so I have no idea why he threw it there. The guy was in the area, but it was clearly open. There was no doubt about the pass being open. And he continues to go to this jet sweep and continues to have little to none success, so I'm fine with him calling out on the first down. But yeah, what I was saying, I mean, it's wide open. You guys could see that it was open, and it's just a terrible throw from Desmond Ridder. I mean, the rest of the plays worked. That play did work. In the red zone, it's probably one of my best plays. Ooh, Minka Fitzpatrick, make a play, baby. We're in the end zone. Aiden Hutchinson gets through on the loop. I think that was Hutchinson. And we get a batted ball. Minka picks it off, and looks like this guy's had enough, despite it only being 7-0 and him getting the ball back. So let's hop into game number 2, I suppose. Oh no. Hopping into game number 2, for some reason we just always start out on defense. I'm not sure why that is the case, considering I have my preference on receive for this video, but I guess everybody else just does, and just don't give me the ball first when I'm trying to make an offensive video. He's got Lamar Jackson, he's got Kyle Pitts, he's got Jamar Chase. I think he bought that same pack that I did. He's got CMC, and then we got a bag. Now, with this blitz, I like to use it sparingly. I am not the biggest fan of using it every single rep. But I do like to use it a little bit, especially to start out the game. Here we got a bag. Whew! Simmons almost picked that. So, of course, I could run the blitz every single play, and it would probably work almost every single play, but I don't like to do that because I don't like to face the loop every play, so I kind of, play how I would like to be played against. And here we got a little check down, kind of like a pick something up before we punt the ball situation, so we'll see what he does. It would be smart to punt. And for whatever reason, he's deciding to go for it. I'm not sure what led him to that decision, but we are going to just run a basic coverage once again here. What was that? God. This is kind of a dumb pass lead. Under pressure, and Lamar Jackson just makes the best throw of his life. He would never be able to make that throw IRL. Get him, Cam. Why are you stopping? I click off and he just goes so slow. Now, of course, that doesn't mean you don't go back to the blitz because, it did work the first play, so we would be not very educated to, not go back to it. So we are going to go back to it in this case. And Eric Allen has himself an interception. I'm not going to score simply because of the fact that I want to show the offense. Otherwise, that would have been a pick 6. And who knows who quits on a pick 6. There's a lot of different factors that kind of go into the decision. But in offensive videos, you want to try and get the ball on offense more. So that's what we're going to do. And since I did throw a pick on the only drive I had, we want to try and get one up there, if that makes sense. So again, I run kind of like a 5-play system mainly with this pat slot out. This looks like a man coverage look if I'm not mistaken. So we're going to see if we can beat that real quick. And it is going to be man coverage. We're going to have Christian McCaffrey wide open. I'm not sure who is supposed to defend him. Juke move, and we eat a hit stick. That's not very good. Now, one thing I would say is that the hit sticks are very important. If you get hit sticked, you have to take that player out of the game because they're in the orange and they just cannot recover. In years past, you would be able to do some things to maybe get that recovery back. As Saquon Barkley, nice carry there. But this year, you kind of have to take them out for a play, and we'll see if he's even good then. Now he's good, but yeah. And of course, going back to the run, I mentioned that a little bit earlier. I think you want to run the ball a lot throughout this game just because, especially if he's in defenses. Now, this defense is going to be decent against the run. We're still going to try it out, though, and you can, just picking up easy yards. It's not easy to pick up yards in this game. I struggle to pick up yards in chunks, and run plays are honestly my best way usually to pick up gains of 12+, at least if you're going to run on first down. you set yourself up to potentially throw something like a drag, and then you can pick up the first down. So it's just a lot smarter to run the ball this year. I know some people are stubborn. I'm pretty stubborn about running the ball because I'm not the biggest fan of it, but it is something that is usually in your best interest this year. Now, we're going to try and punch this in. I'm going back to the same play that I threw a pick on because I don't really have any other red zone dots, if I'm being honest. So we're going to see if it works here. And it is not going to work because it's man coverage. This play is not going to beat man coverage, so didn't really have enough time to even see what coverage he was in before I snapped the rock. See if we can punch this in. I think it's zone coverage, which is not going to be ideally. Honestly, kind of what you have to do is really just run the ball 3 times, probably in the red zone, because you can clearly see that it's just not working very good for me. We're going to try some different things out here. With a little option route with McCaffrey. We have a nice streak in the middle of the field. I'm going to put Higgins on a little curl where he's sitting here. Otherwise, we have nothing, so see if it's open. And I'm going to highball this to Pitts, and there we go. I'm not sure why he continues to throw the ball either to the left or the right on a high ball or a low ball. You saw that last play with Chase. You saw that earlier in the game on the stupid interception I threw, but we're able to get him open. That time it actually helped us out, but if that was to go to the outside, it probably would have been picked. But yeah, I like the high balls a lot this year. You can, especially on the pad slot out, you throw the backside post, high ball it heavily. Unless he's using it, it should be a completion. But good drive, we get in the end zone. Now we'll see if we can continue to work defensively. So again, usually the first play of something, I like to go to this blitz. It's an old reliable blitz. It's something you can go back to, and it's going to work a lot of the time. He blocks his running back. We still get pressure, and Eric Allen has his second interception of the day. We're going to try and kind of run backwards as much as we can here. Hopefully he doesn't take it as taunting, but rather us trying to move the ball offensively. Eric Allen with a spin move, but hopefully he stays in the game. I want at least another drive at the minimum. Hopefully we found someone who will stay in the game for us. We're going to go to this pat slot out again. I love this play. Now, it can be better. You can put McCaffrey on a route like this. Definitely makes it better, but I like to have extra protection. We're going to throw Waddle on a backside curl. Waddle a lot of times in no man's land. If you can, try to get a slot apprentice. You can put him on corner routes. That makes him usually better. Here, we're going to probably have nothing. Jamar Chase actually does beat the man coverage, and we will take that. If you would have used Jamar Chase, we would have had nothing. So, again, you usually have to be prepared for man. You're going to see it a lot. Try to have at least 2 man coverage beating routes. Pitts didn't really do the job. He's using it. So we were able to throw it to Chase. Corner routes are hit or miss. You can't just predictably throw a corner out this year and hope that it beats man coverage. So I do want you guys to be careful with that. And again, generally motion out of this formation can also be helpful. We're going to have T. Higgins on the sideline, and he's not going to make the possession catch because that's how this game is. You fry man coverage, he's not going to catch it, and now I'm going to throw an interception. So as I mentioned, motion is going to be helpful, so that's exactly what we're going to do here. We're going to go to some motion. Jamar Chase, get him off the ball. We don't want him pressed every single play, and we're going to motion him. This is going to prevent him from getting pressed, and he should. And I threw an interception. I really don't know what I'm doing. I'm kind of freestyling here. Just going to check it down to Waddle, see if we can get a little bit of it back, and I'm not sure if I'll go for this or take my 3. He's probably going to go to a man coverage look here. We're going to try and beat man coverage. Just running kind of a sock tight end whip play. Just going to put McCaffrey on a little bit of a crisper thing here. And Pitts got jammed to hell, and he couldn't get the first down. What was that? How did he just not burn man coverage on the whip route? The execution worked. I probably had the post open, but I was kind of scared to throw it, and I was just staring down Pitts the entire time, if we're being honest. So that's the reason I didn't throw it to Jamar Chase, even though he was open. I know he was open. You don't have to tell me in the comments. And there we go, get a sack with Isaiah Simmons. This guy is clueless against the blitz, so I'm just going to keep running it since I'm only up by a possession. I do get the ball at halftime, and he's going to actually run stretch here. The contain's really good against outside runs. Against inside runs, it's not necessarily the best, but if he's running a stretch, a toss, and off tackle, it's pretty dang reliable. Here we're just going to set the zone drops all the way up and go to our zone coverage. Shade outside, shade over the top, and you'll be good. Now, I'm not sure if he's going to run the ball or not, what he's going to do, but we're just going to play very conservatively. We're going to play the sticks if I'm able to, and we have an absolute cage. And there we go, Xavier Howard. He was expecting the cloud flat to fall off at some point. That was just not the case, and we're able to bait him into throwing that interception with a 25-yard cloud flat. And looks like our opponent is going to head out. So that's going to do it for the gameplay. If you guys did enjoy, make sure you go ahead and drop a big thumbs up. Subscribe to the channel down below. Let me know if you want an ebook on this formation, because I can definitely bring that to you guys. Of course, it's a little bit easier to see what it looks like against certain coverages in gameplay, but as far as seeing all of the setups, because that wasn't all of the setups that we could run, I think you got a grasp of what I do out of most plays, but we could definitely do more. So let me know if you want to see that. Let me know which formation you want to see in gameplay next, and peace. I'm out of here.